Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Jewel and Dorit here, and welcome to the Essetino Weekly Mastermind, episode number 85.
Yes, welcome everybody to another weekly live mastermind. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been attending weekly, welcome back. My name is Orit, if you don't know already, and this is Jewel here, and we're founders of Essetino Media, where we help you create profitable content through our tutorials, through our courses, through these conversations that we have with you, and we're so excited to be here as always.
Awesome. So let's start off with sharing the wins for the week. Let me just get that banner up here.
Yes,
there it is.
So if you're new here, we always like to start off the live streams by asking, how was your week? Please do let us know by putting it in the comments. What's something that went really well? What's something that you got checked off your list? Please do share those wins with us because it just helps motivate everyone, see where you're at and where you're going as well.
I just noticed that you can really see a nice silhouette of the mountains, and I was like, what is that in the background?
That doesn't normally happen because it's actually a very clear day today.
It's so clear right now.
So enjoy it while you can because it's going to get dark pretty soon.
The shadow of the mountains.
The sun's going down.
All right. So Lisa, thank you for stopping by as usual. Thank you so much.
Yes. Have a good evening, Lisa.
And we've got 2 messages from Brenda. Greetings to all and greetings everyone.
Hi, Brenda. How's it going?
We've got Little Garden on the Prairies.
Hello, hello. First to the party. Awesome.
And we've got Jojo in the house. Hey, Jojo.
Hello, hello. And we have Timothy here. I know, right? Still daylight. It's creeping. The daylight's creeping back early.
I will say that it is brighter than it is actually.
It appears brighter in the feed.
The low light exposure on this camera is making it brighter than it actually is.
I know. So you guys get a treat. And wonderful to see you too, Timothy. Okay, so we have a win. Timothy is sharing 2 new students and 34 concurrent viewers on your live stream last night.
Whoa.
Very cool. Yeah, I saw the notification pop up. I wasn't able to attend, but I saw you went live about 6:30. So that's awesome. 34 viewers. Are most of your viewers on the East Coast, West Coast, or a mix of both?
Mm-hmm. Or international.
Or international.
Yeah.
Like 2 a.m., 4 a.m.
Crazy. We've got Monica in the house. Hey, Monica. How's it going?
Hello, hello. Cheeks Chats.
Ooh, Cheeks Chats in the house. Hey,
Very
Cheeks.
Cool. Hello, Cheeks. How's it going?
And we've got Liat in the house. Hey, Liat.
Hi, Liat.
And all over the world. And
very cool.
Cheeks is saying special hello to Lisa.
All right, we have another win here. Brenda earned an affiliation fee from Essetino. Yes, that happened this past week. Congratulations. Brenda referred one of her colleagues or friends, I'm not sure, but she referred someone to get the YouTube SEO course. So she earned her first affiliate fee. Awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. And she says, I also received a royalty check from sales of my book from viewers of my YouTube channel.
Ooh. From Amazon or?
Yeah. So you can you're tracking where those purchases came from. And you can see that from your YouTube channel, or is that pretty much the only place that you're promoting your book? But that's amazing.
Received a royalty check from sales of my book from viewers of my YouTube channel. I'm assuming that's a check from Amazon because I remember seeing your link in your YouTube descriptions.
Yeah, in the description. I believe it's also on your About, like the About tab. Mm-hmm. I remember featuring the book for you on the banner too. So, I mean, you're talking about it a lot, I'm assuming, on the channel. That's excellent. Great work, Brenda.
So cool.
Yeah. We always love hearing stories of you guys making money from your channel. That's always something that we want to hear. It gets us so excited. Just popping by.
Watching The Last Starfighter paused for you. Well, I appreciate the pause. You can get back to your movie. I'm assuming it's a movie.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a movie or a show.
You want to share some of your wins for the week?
Yeah, sure. So this past week, a few, like 3 new design orders came in from some of our regular clients who always reach out and say, hey, I need an ebook. I need, a handout for this course or presentation that I'm doing. And I absolutely love designing PDFs. Like that's one of my favorite things, like documents, even more so than like thumbnails and other graphics, logos. So I was really excited about that. That came in all at once. And yeah, that's definitely a win. And also progressing, moving forward with our revamped version of the YouTube course that we have in store for you guys.
Awesome. And a win from Tracy here. Got my first Google Ads revenue payment this week.
Yes.
That is so cool. And how did you feel? Are you excited? Are you excited for each month? Because the payments come, they issue it on the 21st, YouTube, well, Google AdSense or whatever, issues it on the 21st, and then it gets deposited into your account like on a couple days after, depends on if it falls on a weekend or not. But were you excited? Are you going to be excited every 21st? Because I know every 21st of the month that YouTube money is going in.
Yeah, we're excited to see that payment coming in too. That's amazing. Congrats, Tracy. The first of many to come, right?
Yeah. Every month now.
Yeah.
Right?
Finally, I got Camtasia.
A win for Monica.
Very cool.
That's cool. And how are you liking it? Did you try out the screencast recording feature on it, which is my favorite feature, is that it's 2-in-1. And you can do a screencast recording and then it's already gets inputted into Camtasia. That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, it makes it simple. And Monica, I like your logo. Did you get a new logo?
Yeah.
That looks pretty good. So very cool. I see some progress there too with the branding. You're getting your branding down. That's awesome.
And then people are congratulating Brenda. And also Little Garden on the Prairies.
Yeah, and that message on Facebook is Sally and Paolo saying, hey, long time no see, getting back into creative work, building my voiceover business.
I believe
very cool.
You're from Australia, right?
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
That's cool. Getting back into building your voiceover business. So what's something that you're working on in the upcoming week for growing your business? Are you working on your website, your branding, like launching a new product? Let us know.
And Brenda says, my royalty check is from my publishing company as my book is available on Amazon, but it is also available in some bookstores. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's super exciting.
And people are saying, congrats, Arit.
Brenda says, I'm still looking forward to a payment one day from Amazon too now that I'll have the links to buy my book on Amazon Canada and USA. Yeah, have you put all of those links in your descriptions yet, Brenda? Yeah, if you haven't done so already, I'd go back and put it. You could use TubeBuddy. I'm not sure what license you need to do the bulk editing of descriptions, but you could use that and get all of it done at once.
But also, I don't think you have that many videos. I don't think you have more than 100 videos. You could just do them manually.
Yeah.
Because the one thing with that bulk feature is that the placement of it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit finicky with that. If you want to change a link to it, something different, then yes. But I find I personally do them manually, and we have close to 1,700 videos.
So it puts, when you use the tool to add something, it just kind of adds it in a random spot?
It's not random, but it's not the way that I want it.
Yeah, it's not to be able to control.
Yeah, it's not the exact spacing and whatever that I want.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's more useful for tweaking something that already exists in the description. Okay.
We've got Green Global asking, how much is your YouTube course? So are you talking about our YouTube SEO course or our YouTube coaching program? Because that is two different things. Our YouTube SEO course is at $47 US right now. That will be going up. That will be going quite up. And because we are going to be revamping it and making it a lot better. So if you want to get it now, because it will be going up.
Yeah.
And our YouTube coaching program is at $9.95 right now. And that will also be going up. We are going to be raising the price on that as well. We're just behind the scenes revamping our courses. And once we do that, our coaching is also going to go up as well once we do the relaunch.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of restructuring this year. It kind of started towards the end of last year. But I mean, you guys have seen us switch over the branding, and we're just really honing in the products that we offer and making sure it's aligned so that we're helping people at, different stages in their, it could be YouTube growth, or it could be like, content creator growth, whatever that might be, to level up your skills in some way so that you can grow your business and expand your audience. So you'll see a lot of tweaks and things that we're rolling out this year, which we're excited about.
But yeah, you can find the links to those, both the course and our coaching program, in the description of this video.
Yeah. And guys, just to address the title, you might have read the description as well. We're going to talk a little bit about a story that Jewel has. It's all about differentiating yourself in your niche, in your space, in your marketplace. And it's because of this really cool story, that we want to share with you. So stick around for that.
Monica's talking about the
logo,
your logo, or Camtasia.
Yes.
And in Melbourne, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Very cool. Working with a voiceover coach to prepare a proper demo and improving my audio editing workflow in Reaper.
Have you heard of that?
Very cool. No, I haven't. Yeah,
I haven't as well.
It's an audio editing software. I haven't heard of that. I've heard of Audacity, which is probably like iMovie, like a lower level audio editing software.
Brenda says, yes, the links are in the descriptions of all my videos now. Awesome. And Brenda does recommend our SEO course. Thank you, Brenda, for the recommendation. And Monica says, my corner video is too small at the bottom of the screen. I need to find out how to make it a little bigger. Yes, that happens to a lot of people when they use Camtasia. That's just the standard of how it records. But literally, to make it bigger, when you're done recording and you've finished the recording, click on the bottom right corner where the tiny video is, click on it, and then there's going to be these dots on the corners of the videos. Grab one of the corners and just drag it, and it will make it bigger.
Just like you're resizing like an photo or, yeah, exactly. You can do that in the Camtasia editor.
Yeah. So that's how you make it bigger. It's really simple. I know a lot of people have that question. And when I watch other people's tutorials, I can tell that they're using Camtasia, and then I can tell that they don't know that they can make that bigger because it ends up staying really tiny. And it's like everyone forgets, or it's not as obvious to people. I guess Camtasia needs to make it more obvious, to make it bigger.
You see, she's saying, Monica, oh, thank you.
Yes.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, it's literally just a quick click and drag.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know if you have any more questions about that green global. A win for me is I also had a client order. They asked me to do a quick promo video for them. It was a 1-minute promo video that they were going to put on their Zoom events. So they're putting on this like boot camp thing, and they needed like a 1-minute compilation video. And yeah, it was cool because I like these kinds of different projects. So, I had to go and find some music that would be the right fit. I had to go through a bunch of longer videos to find clips to create this emotion, right? So the purpose of the video was to get people to watch the video, and then after watching, decide to get a ticket to this boot camp, right? It was a real estate investing boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to elicit the emotion of excitement, hope, and like the ability that you could do it too. So I kind of created in the 1 minute, I created like a little bit of a quick story. You always want to do like a quick story that's happening in your videos. So the video starts off with introducing what the thing is. It's a boot camp. And then in the middle there's talking about, oh, people don't think that they can do it, that they can be a real estate investor. And then ending it off with a testimonial video of someone saying, you know, if you are feeling scared and nervous about getting into something like this, you can do it. And then it ends. So it's like taking
Very
them
cool.
very quickly. It's only a 1 minute video, but it took them through that to decide at the end, you know, to get the boot camp, basically.
Yeah, that's really powerful. Like sometimes I think it's harder to edit shorter videos like that, like one minute promo videos, especially where you have to communicate so much in so little time. You know, you have to connect with your viewer, you have to connect with the problems that they're experiencing at that moment. You also have to let them know what it's about, what you're offering, and make them believe that they can, you know, get to those results, that whatever it is that you're offering. So that's a lot to get in 1 minute.
Well, I had to, it's hard because a lot of people think like, oh, it's only a 1 minute video, it should be easy.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be extremely, extremely selective with what you're going to put in for the 1 minute. And I actually went through a couple hours of their videos, and I had more than what was needed for the 1 minute. And I just went through and I clipped all these little clippings that I thought would be good, you know, voice moments in the videos. And I had more than 1 minute. And then when it actually came down to it, I first chose the song, so that they have a certain brand, and I wanted to go with that theme of the song. And I placed the song first, and I scaled that to 1 minute. The song was longer than a minute. And then I'm putting the clips on top of the song, and I'm listening to hear, does what they're saying go well with what's going on in the music, right? Because not all clips were working. And so I had to like create it. Yeah.
Timothy says they call it killing your babies in the video editing world, because you're killing those limiting beliefs, right, that you're holding on to. I'm assuming that's what you mean. But yeah, that's definitely something that you have to knock down, those limiting beliefs.
Yeah, you have to be, it's taken me time to be really selective with what to actually put in.
Yeah.
And to make a decision pretty quickly, because it can take you a really long time to edit videos.
Yeah. I find that's the hardest part of creating something, is just refining it, right? Cutting out that's like part of the decisions that goes into creating something, is what do you leave out? What do you refine out, so that you're creating this like condensed, focused piece of art, right? Piece of work. So yeah, one of the things that we always get a question on all the time is this topic of competition and saturation. And, you know, how do you stand out? How do you stand out in your niche? There's a ton of other videos out there on my topic, you know, competition. And we always hear this advice in the entrepreneur world to be different. And I'm sure you guys have seen, like, it's I wouldn't say played out, but it's just like, it's over and over again. We're hearing be different, right? Even like from those stock images that you see with like the one red man in a sea of blue men, right? Is standing out. And I think a lot of people, they try to stand out and be different by changing themselves, by changing something in themselves, like thinking that they need to be something else or be different, like, and sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's not sustainable, right? If that's not who you are, that's not who you connect with, it's just not sustainable to keep going in that method. And so I was just from you'll hear the story that Jewel's going to be sharing here, but another way to think about it is by, instead of changing yourself, why don't you just take yourself into a different environment, an environment that you're not normally in, and you'll naturally stand out. You'll naturally bring new skills, new value, new ideas to that market. So take a listen to this story that Jewel has to share with you.
Yeah, so first, before I tell the story, I want to say hello to Phil. Thank you for stopping by. So we actually I released a video on Monday called this guest appearance on this live stream made us $13,000. And I wanted to share that story with people, that it's not about having the most people on a live stream. What we found is converting well is actually being different. And so, for example, if you watched that video from Monday, we were doing a guest appearance on a live stream that was for real estate investors, right? We are YouTubers, they are real estate investors, and we were showing them how they could use YouTube to grow their real estate investing business. There's many things within being a real estate investor that they do. So they might want to acquire funding, they might want a working partner, they might want a money partner, they might just want credibility. So in presenting to this group, we were able to get business out of it because we were so different. There was about 60 to 75 people on that live stream. And you might be thinking, well, that's a lot of people on a live stream. Well, you actually still don't need a lot of people on the live stream. On the other hand, we had this other live stream that we were on, and it was to speakers. We were live streaming, being a guest on someone else's YouTube channel to speakers. And there was only 2 people on that live stream. And we managed to do $5,000 from that live stream. And again, we were YouTubers, they were aspiring speakers. And so it was like automatically we were seen as the expert. We were seen as the person that knows all about YouTube. Now, here's another example of when there was an insane amount of people and it did like 0 conversion. So we did a guest appearance and live stream on TubeBuddy's YouTube channel. They're huge, right? And we were so honored to be on there, and I would want to be on there again. But I will say that there was like 500 to 600 people on that live stream. The chat was going like wild. It was the largest live stream I've ever been a guest on, and it was really exciting and really cool. And I was honored that they even had us there. But it was to TubeBuddy's audience, and everyone was YouTubers, and all the guests prior were all YouTubers before us, bigger YouTubers that had 1 million subscribers. And so even though we had 500 to 600 people, and we did the same presentation, we pretty much did the same presentation to all 3 of those people, 3 shows, and this one had 0 conversions, 0 course sales, 0 YouTube coaching clients. We did get an email or 2, but it was the lowest converting, even though it was the highest in terms of viewership. And it's very clear why, because they were all already YouTubers, and everyone before us was already YouTubers. So we were like competing against a whole bunch of YouTubers who were much more reputable than us, right? So I think that it's really interesting that to show this kind of experiment with you guys, because you really don't need a lot of people, first of all. And we actually got this concept from Ed Sheeran. So Ed Sheeran, when he was younger, he used to perform at these kind of like coffee shops. You know, when you have your guitar, right? You have your guitar, it's like acoustic-y type thing where you just have your guitar and you sing, and it's kind of like that vibe, right? And you play in a coffee shop.
It's like indie music.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
Indie music.
Yeah.
And he used to only perform at these coffee shops and do his indie music, right? The guitar and him singing. He was extremely talented, extremely talented. But he said he couldn't really like get any traction. And so he got this idea to start performing at jazz clubs. So totally different than coffee shops and the indie vibe with the guitar. He still had his guitar and was still performing the same music.
It was still his own style. It wasn't jazz music.
Yeah, but he was now performing at these jazz clubs with his music.
Mhm.
And he said when he did that, the people went wild and they loved it, and he got more traction that way. And then he realized, like, oh, let me perform at the places that don't already hear the same kind of music over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. Because when you think about it, that audience on TubeBuddy or that audience in the coffee shops for the Ed Sheeran story, they're used to hearing and seeing the same thing over and over again, right? Yes, you're going to be different and stand out just by sheer being you. Someone will connect with your personality, your unique style. But, I want to challenge some of you guys, if you're wanting to grow your business, or whether it's selling a product or a service or getting clients, customers, think about how you can put yourself in a different market, entirely different market, that will still benefit from your services, from what you have to offer, from your work, whatever that might be, because that is going to be so unique to them, and it's going to naturally make you stand out and offer 10x more value to them, because it's a skill set, it's something unique that they're not used to seeing. So I thought that was really interesting to share. It's just another way of thinking about standing out and being different, right? Wanted to share that.
Monica said, my speaking was very slow in the video. I'm wondering if I can make it a little faster. So you can actually fast forward a video. I have a tutorial for that. But you can also remove the dead air in between your speaking. So if you're doing long pauses, it's called jump cut editing, and you can remove the dead air in between to truncate the speaking parts only. And that's pretty much how our videos are, is just we remove all the dead air and then you just have the speaking parts.
Yeah, it's gotten so dark right now.
Yeah,
you can see. I'll lower the brightness.
Or make it more like yellow.
There. All right. I love that things are clicking for you both. The hard work and consistency is paying off. Inspiring to me. Yeah, we're constantly creating these connections, right? Because we've learned a lot over the past few years, and whenever we see these synchronicities and these things that are making sense from a high level view, we want to share that with you, because it can be so easy sometimes to just get stuck in this tunnel vision in where you're at and moving forward, right? I love those moments when things click, when I see those synchronicities and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. This person was talking about that, it just brings more validation and truth to those ideas.
And when things are working for us, we want to share them with you guys, because you guys know us. We're just regular people. We're just two people from Vancouver that, had a dream and some goals. And, we just want to show that it's not that crazy. Like, you can do it too, we find these things that work. And what I was saying in the Monday video is you have to find what works for you. And very early on, I realized that video, and when people get to know us and our personalities, it's much easier for us to sell them on a product or service, because generally people like us and through video interaction. Like when we do live events and stuff, when we speak at local events, they do really well. And so you have to pay attention to these kinds of things, because those are the clues. Those are the clues that are going to help propel you and help you be successful.
Yes, Absolutely.
Rye, you redacted your comment here, so I'm not sure if you want me to put it on the screen or not.
Probably not. If it was redacted, I don't see it because I'm just looking at the stream here.
I see it. It was redacted from here, so let me know if you don't want to put that up. It's fine. I didn't. It's actually, I agree with it. So just let me know if you want that to come back on the screen.
So true. It's not even funny. Views are almost an afterthought sometimes. Yeah, right?
Oh, well, that was the redacted comment.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Rye. It's coming out. I didn't know that was the redacted one. But there's nothing wrong with that statement. I totally agree with that.
Since you said it, now we have to put it on the screen.
Yeah. That's kind of the goal. That's kind of the realization. Looking back on the years of doing YouTube, it's really like if you're focusing on the views all the time, it's so easy to get discouraged and to quit. So much easier.
No, it's not discouraging.
It's all good. Yeah, no, this is something that we talk about all the time, right? Like you can get great results and without the views and subscribers. I know the views and subs are the shiny object that everyone wants. And yes, it's awesome. Of course we want those views, but
sorry, I was just going to say,
yeah, go ahead.
Before you finish that.
Yeah.
If you want to be a celebrity and be famous, then yes.
Yeah, an influencer.
You're going to need all that. You're going to need the subs and the views for sure. But what I find most of the time is people just want to make a living from their channel and have that be their job.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
It depends on your goal. It really does. If you don't have that goal to be an influencer, to go viral and you don't get those views and you think that like views are really important, I'm supposed to get these views and everything, like it can really discourage you. You're going to think you're doing something wrong when really it's just like you're tweaks away. You just need to keep going and not be discouraged. I have a lot to say on that comment. Yeah, it's a good comment, right?
I have other videos where I'm like, our video had less than 100 views, but it attracted a client that generated like $5,000. So is that video a failure? Is it a failure? Well, my goal was to get a client and to earn money from the channel. So to me, it's not a failure, but to the general public, they might see it that way because it's like less than 100 views.
And that's happened so many times for us. It's not just the one video. It's happened many times for us and for our clients too. Which you guys have probably seen the videos on that as well.
Yeah.
Timothy says, I love the idea that getting outside of the niche to bring more into the niche. Yes, absolutely. You're bringing more value. Yeah.
I'm constantly trying to get into other groups that are not YouTubers because then I'm the YouTuber in the group and then they want to ask questions about that.
Totally.
It's kind of like the BNI stuff where they only allow one member from each group, and that's why it like works so well.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you guys are familiar with BNI. It's like it's a business networking group where it's very exclusive. Like there's a set number of members, and there can only be one member from each industry.
Yeah.
And then they refer business to each other.
Yeah. So there can only be one real estate person. There can only be one insurance person. There can only be one mechanic person. Like they only allow one of each.
Yeah. And thank you, Timothy.
Shout out to Timothy. Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
The super sticker, and congratulations on having 34 consecutive people. We have still yet to. One of my goals is to get to 30 consecutive people at once. One time I think we got like 25 or 26.
Yeah. Honestly, we don't do enough to promote the live streams. We just show up. We just show up for you guys. So there's definitely more in the plans and the efforts to promote.
Do more email marketing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know if we send an email blast out that there will be more people.
Thank you so much for the super sticker, Timothy.
Brenda says, thank you. I love it when you share your gems. This group inspires me. Yeah, and that's
Awesome.
all that we're really trying to do is share what works for us, and maybe it can work for you. It might not, but it might, and to try it out. And it's like, us already. Our motto is to keep things as simple as possible. There's so many different ways to make a $10,000 or something, but we're wanting to do it in the most fun, easiest way.
Always with fun. That's the most important thing. You're welcome, Monica. That's all good, right? I didn't want to discourage people. It's all good. I focus more on conversion ratio per sub. Yeah, bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I focus on more on conversion ratio per sub. So converting them to become subscribers or to get one of your products or affiliates, something like that.
I have the same question.
Jojo says, you're both very kind and generous with your time and knowledge. We feel very fortunate for the life that we get to live, and we just want to share it with others, and we want people to feel it too, to get that as well, and to, if you are wanting to learn how to make money with whatever you're doing, we can help you do that.
Yeah, to really feel that, that you've made it. Like, not everyone gets to that place, right? Yes, we want to keep growing and striving for more. But it's, to hit that first level where you're like, I've worked so hard for this and I'm here now and it's amazing. And you just feel like this massive sense of joy and happiness. And like, you naturally just want to give back.
Mm-hmm.
You really do.
And it's funny. I just realized that I shared this video on my Facebook profile, and I think I posted it on the YouTube community tab and our Essetino Instagram. But today, February 24th, February 24th, 2011. So it's 2022 now.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2011,
11 years ago,
that was like the last job that I ever had. That was my last 9 to 5, and that's when I became like a full-time entrepreneur. And I did this video where I was detailing the entire story of how I got fired. Just to put it bluntly, I got fired from the last job I ever had. I deserved it because I wasn't doing the work. But if you want to watch that video, grab some popcorn and watch it, because it's a roller coaster of a story. That day changed the trajectory of my life. Finding the book The Secret and then getting fired were like the two sort of securing moments that this was it for me. I'm going to make my own life and I'm going to create my own business. I was literally thrown into the deep end, and I was so scared when it happened. But I took it as a sign that I was asking for, because I'm not made for the 9 to 5 world, and I'm not knocking anyone that does still have a 9 to 5 job. It's just, for me, it was making me severely unhappy. And if you are unhappy with wherever you're at, you need to change it. And so I was thrown into the deep end, and yeah, that was the story, and that was this day.
You need to know that you can change it. And that's really the first step
to
questioning something different. That needs to be a t-shirt, Timothy.
Can't have fun without you in it. That's pretty good. That's like cute. There's no I in team.
Yeah.
Right? And I've seen people, that there's no I in team. And then I've seen some people do like a funny thing where they try and put an
Squeeze the I.
They try and put an I in it.
Yeah. Teamy.
Rai says, overall monthly income / yearly divided by sub base. I always want the numbers to go up 1% better every day or week, right? That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're a numbers guy, right?
Yeah.
Like that's really cool that you you created this definition of conversion. And yeah, it really is like every single video is a 1% effort, like it's
a rep.
And yeah, it's a rep, exactly. And within that, like just filming it, like that's a rep in itself. It's just stacking those reps.
Another thing I want to say is I've been watching a lot of videos from this guy named Alex Hermosi, and he does about 7.8 million a month, and he is an extremely humble, normal type person. And he was giving this advice of talent stacking. So what he means by that is you should always be investing in acquiring talents and skills and stacking them to whatever you start off with. So for example, with us, we started off with websites, and then we learned about video editing, how to be on video, how to design. We have different skill sets, but combined, we have these like stack of skills that are around the same kind of category and topic. And he was talking about how when you stack all these skills, you become more valuable to the market that you're in, and therefore you can charge and make more. So it's just something to think about with getting the 1% better, is learning these skills. Like for example, this past year, we learned a lot about marketing, and it has seriously paid off. Like,
yeah,
wow. Like it is, and it was like the last kind of puzzle piece. There's always going to be more puzzle pieces, but man, this puzzle piece has been amazing. Even the way we speak, the writing, the designing, our videos are a little bit different now, because of all the stuff that we've learned.
Yeah. You think you might know a lot about a certain area until you seek out new information in that area and you realize you really don't know. Like there's so much to learn about marketing. And I think it's key to see an area that you want to get good at and identify what's that one skill in that area, in that, industry, that is going to really propel me forward. If I really learn this skill and hone this skill, it's going to like 10x my results, more so than other skills. So in that sense, you're like creating a personal curriculum for yourself. You're taking it one at a time, because it's tough, like learning a lot of things all at once, right? You really want to focus in on your learning, on your skill set, practice it, talk about it. That's really how you embed it in yourself and in your work.
Timothy says, Julie, you did what the Vikings did when they landed on a new shore. They burned their boats. No going back.
Yes, she did.
I find that at that time, someone else burned my boat.
The enemy burned your boat, so you had no choice.
Well, how about this? Okay, so I was thrown into the water, right? And I chose not to go back to the boat.
You saw an island way out there, and you're like, that island, actually, that looks pretty cool. I think I can get there. So screw the boat. Screw that place.
Like when I got fired, I was so scared because this is 2011. It was a different world. People don't realize how much has changed in this world. Even 5 years ago, it's not the same as it is now, especially with technology and social media. But anyways, in 2011, it was not a good one to be fired. And like entrepreneurship was not the way it was, the way it is now, where it's like so cool to be an entrepreneur. But I remember taking that as a serious sign, and I was like, okay, I cannot go back. I'm going to make this work. And I say that you have to make these declarations in your life, that if you want something to work, you have to just declare and say, yep, this is it. I'm going to make it work.
Yeah.
And if someone else has done it already, then you can do it too, because it's already been proven, right? It's already been done.
Yeah.
We've got Roland in the house.
Hello,
from
Roland.
CF Moto Side Rider. I'm so jealous that you have a 4x4 vehicle and you can just get it, like walk out your door and just
I feel like an adventure today.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Do you ever miss the city, or do you like being in the country with the open land?
Good question.
Way to go, Rye. Rye said, had a live stream with Scott the other day, and wow, your work has really paid off. Yeah, he had several, like he had one coaching season with us, which was about 4 sessions. And
video editing.
Prior to that, I taught him video editing with Camtasia. And since then, we've had like on and off one-off sessions throughout the time. And the one thing with Scott is he is extremely consistent. Extremely consistent. He will not miss a day, and he just shows up. And yeah, when we told him to live stream, he didn't think anyone would show up. And then I was like, you have a lot of subscribers. They will show up. They like your videos. And then lo and behold, he now has a weekly Saturday show. So you never really know where things can take you, and you never really know when someone's going to say something to you that's going to change your life.
Yeah. You just got to try. You just got to put yourself out there, right? You never know where it can take you. I was working at Amazon corporate in 2011, and I was only doing a video every couple of months.
Whoa, you worked at Amazon?
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I had the same reaction. I was like, wait a second.
What were you doing at Amazon corporate?
Very cool. I was only doing a video every couple of months.
Okay, here's a cool question. Everybody say what they were doing in 2011. So,
oh God, you're gonna make me. This is hard to explain.
In 2011, yeah, I was working at an insurance company, and I just got fired. So everybody else say what they were doing in 2011.
Okay, in 2011, I was what you call a National Clinical Processes Administrator. And what that means is I was basically reviewing case files, client files. These are all files of employees who sought out counseling, different types of mental health services, and they have certain benefits with their company, and to allow them to receive counseling. So I was basically reviewing their files, cross-referencing it with what they have, what sessions they're allotted, and it was for the entire country of Canada. It was just me doing this. It's a pretty big company. So yeah, that's what I was doing in 2011, stressed out of my mind.
Yeah, I remember. It was like a never-ending like pile of requests, right? Like those.
Yeah, seriously, a pile. They would hire someone to help me part-time, but they refused to expand the team to help more with that particular role. So yeah, it was quite stressful. Looked like a zombie every morning. Didn't like waking up. I know. What was the best thing about that job was the people. That's really the main reason why I kept going to work, was just because I had a great group of friends there.
All right. Roland says, I never looked back. The city can't offer me anything other than a variety of restaurants. Interesting.
Well put.
Timothy was doing bilingual customer service.
What language?
Yeah, what other language do you speak?
Yeah.
And then, okay, everyone's answering the question. What were you doing in 2011? In 2011, Roland was working at General Motors in the paint booth. He operated the paint booth. It was a good job and one of the preferred positions. So you did the machines paint it, or did people paint it and then you had to wear like the whole gear and everything?
Oh God, I would think you have technology to help you with painting.
But yeah, well, maybe there are certain parts that you had to get with by hand.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was your exact role, Roland, in this paint booth? It's just so interesting to see
where
you know,
people were. And like,
yeah.
it's like, here's where you guys were in 2011. And right now in 2022, we're all here on this live stream. It's so trippy when you think
Who
about
would have thought?
life things like that. Okay, Rye in 2011 was in construction, roofing, and insulation sales.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. That's very fitting, right?
Did you like it? I'm
Yeah.
sure that the sales part has helped you in selling on your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, your communication skills are stellar, right? Like, is that from having a position in sales, or it's something that, like, you've just always honed since you were younger?
Brenda said, I had a sole entrepreneur bookkeeping and accounting biz. Oh, so cool.
Interesting.
So you've already been like an entrepreneur for a while now.
Yeah.
Because you had your own bookkeeping and accounting business.
Yeah. Very cool. I did not know that.
That's
learning
so, cool.
So much about you guys. This is fun.
I know. Tell us more.
Spanish.
You guys know so much about us. Spanish. So cool. Next time I'm on one of your live streams, Timothy, I'm going to ask you to say something in Spanish.
I love the Spanish language. We learned French here in school. I didn't take Spanish, but after school, I tried to teach myself Spanish and took like some courses and everything. And I had these stickers that I put around the house, like for what table is and the door, la puerta, right? And like the colors and everything. And that honestly didn't last very long, but it's a really cool language.
Fun fact, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but I took 1 year of Hebrew school, and I also took like an online learning course as well. And I guess I can do like a child speaking Hebrew. Like I can't write. I used to be able to write sentences.
Like grade school.
Yeah, like maybe grade 1 style. But when I was in Israel, things were all coming back to me. And I was like, oh my God, if I stayed here for a year, I think I could be fluent.
I think you could too. Yeah.
Because it was all just infusing.
It's so much easier to pick up the language when you're in that culture, just like constantly hearing it, and you practice it more too.
You are very welcome, Monica. We've got some Spanish speaking going on.
Hola, Timothy. Me llamo Phil. It's probably so bad. ¿Cómo estás? Hola, Phil. Muy bien, amigo mío.
Tracy said, same as I am now, work for the government of Canada. Gotta get my 30 years in. When is your 30 years, Tracy?
Yeah.
When will that be?
Hello, Alan.
We've got Alan de Leon in the house. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Watching from the Philippines. That's amazing. That always blows my mind that you're on this island all the way on the other side watching us here in Vancouver, Canada. That's so cool.
Yes, we're never desensitized by where our viewers are watching from. 2011, I was a quality manager for an implant company.
Oh. Implants? Like plastic surgery implants?
Yeah, what kind of implants? Technological implants? I've been in sales for a decade over various roles. I would be lying if I said it hasn't helped. Last gig was national trainer for Stellantis Canada, Western Canada. Very cool. There you go.
So you've been in sales this whole time. You know how to do it.
And it has helped you so well in your YouTube videos. Robots painted the cars. I reset faults and cleaned the paint nozzles while the production workers were on lunch. Sat around and played on the internet a lot. I think most people do, right?
I ran most of my eBay business at work. That's awesome.
Nice.
That's cool.
Similar to what Jewel was doing at her job.
Yeah, I wasn't doing any listings because they would this company, the insurance company, they would block those kinds of websites. Like I couldn't go on Facebook, I couldn't go on any social media stuff, but I had access to Google. But I was just kind of like using the printer a lot to print out documents.
They definitely keep track of what's printed.
Spanish is a very
Yeah.
passionate language. The
Yeah.
Hebrew language is pretty rough, and it's a lot of throat.
Yes, it is. I was a busy mother of 2 daughters in 2011. Now they are flying out as young professionals. I'm free until having grandchildren.
Amazing.
Very cool, Monica. Yeah, same, Rai. It's a beautiful language.
One of my goals still in life, I haven't put priority on it, is to become fluent in Hebrew. I will do that at one point. I was I saw that one.
Yeah. So cool. You're watching from Facebook and YouTube, Monica.
Check this out. Brenda's hoping to go to Israel.
Very cool.
Israel is highly underrated, super beautiful.
I love Israel.
The sand, like the sandstone of everything, the culture. Whereabouts in Israel are you staying? I'm guessing like Tel Aviv, which is like the main city and stuff.
It's just so much of everything there, like in going to visit a country or a place. It's, you know, the culture and the food is amazing, and the scenery and the adventures. There's so much to do, and then there's beaches. It's got it all, and it's that's really cool. You're hoping to go in Israel. What's in Israel? Is it just like a fun time, fun place to go to?
And it was spinal implants.
Oh, interesting.
That's interesting.
I have nothing on your marketing, though. I'm a YouTube amateur. Love learning from this channel. Sales and marketing are very different. You know, people often use them as the same word, but they're not. They're very.
You learned that from your books.
They work hand in hand. Yeah, they complement each other. You know, marketing is communicating, sharing a message, talking to people about your brand, what you offer. It's all of that stuff. And then sales is, of course, making the sale, so that you have different systems in both areas. Yeah, and they work hand in hand, which I said already. Less than 5 years left till retirement. Ooh, okay. Then hopefully more time for my YouTube channel.
Amazing. Yeah, let's get that Google ad revenue up for you.
You must be so excited. Like it's, you know, it's getting
countdown.
It's getting close. Yeah, it is like a countdown.
When my dad retired, my mom retired first a lot earlier, and then my dad retired. He was so excited, I remember. Hebrew, that is very cool. Yeah, I know it's not a typical language that people want to learn, but I first heard it from Arit's parents, and it sounded like alien. Like I was like, what?
It will sound like alien.
Is that? Like I had never heard at the time that language before, and I was like, what? And then I was like looking it up, and I was like, well, this is interesting. And yeah, I was never really into the French language, which is the second language here in Canada. I think it's because it was like forced upon me. Whenever some sort of learning is forced, I noticed it's like I don't want to learn it. Like I don't want to learn it.
Yeah. I don't know how I got away with it. I made good money selling on eBay, enough to build my 63 Chevy Bel Air. Nice. Bought a motor for the car as well.
That's cool.
And that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Reinvest the 9-to-5 money into the business and just keep working away till you can, you know, if it's your goal to leave, then to leave. That's awesome. Rai enjoys the story as well.
And congratulations to Tracy on your first revenue check. Yeah, it's pretty much going to be a monthly thing now, Tracy. As long as you keep feeding YouTube, you do your one video a week. Remember, we talked about being consistent and doing that one video a week and batching, right? As long as you keep feeding the YouTube, they will keep feeding you back. And the more you feed YouTube, the more they feed you back. That's how it works.
It's mutual feeding. That sounds really bad. And on that, I think we will end the live stream with mutual feeding.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us on the episode number 85. You know, I saw that people were talking about the February 22nd, 2022, and everybody was making a big deal about how it's like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And it's like, this is the only, like, this is a once in a lifetime 2, 2, 2, 2, right? And I was like, yeah, it is the once in a lifetime 2, 2, 2, 2. And then Mel Robbins came out with this video and she goes, yes, today was the only time it's going to be 2, 2, 2, 2. But tomorrow, when it becomes the 23rd, is the only day it's going to be that too. And the next day and the next day. Basically saying every day is the only day you're going to have on that day. Once it passes, it passes.
It's gone.
So, you know, she was saying like every day is like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Have a great evening, everybody, or morning, afternoon, wherever you're watching from. Always a great time hanging out with you. And we'll be back again next week, next Thursday, 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern for episode number 86.
Awesome.
Bye for now.
Thank you,
Enjoy
everyone.
your weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Great show.
Ooh, cool.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.